In the mid-1970s, in Nigeria, there were pipes underground at manifolds that had been bombed during the Biafran War. These have been connected to pipes to replace the bombed manifolds in some places, and no drawings had been made because of the emergency. And so we had a situation where the active live pipelines were running through a system of pipes, buried, some of them cut off, some of them still connected, and various cathodic protection engineers had tried to protect the area by installing more and more transformer rectifiers. There were 3 transformer rectifiers at Bomu Manifold, all connected to some pipes, and nobody knew if the system was working or how it was working or what. So the initial problem was to map all the underground pipes. And in order to do this, what I did was I had Mark Darafaka, a contractor, switch each of the transformer rectifiers on in turn, and then using the principle that we measure the voltages of the ground, I wrote a contract whereby he used the voltage of one half cell against the voltage, the potential of one half cell, the ground in which it stood, against the potential of the ground in which the other half cell stood. Now, if you could see the meter, you will notice that the values change according to the position of the half cell. And you can see that when it gets to the other side of the coating fault, the needle switches over beyond the 0. So what I did was I adjusted the meters, as you could adjust these for the central point, so that they were 0 reading meters. And we had a map of the manifold, Bomu manifold, drawn in a grid formation of 1 meter squares. And Mark Darafaka took grid readings against the positions of the 2 half cells and drew arrows in the direction that the current travelled from this half cell through the meter to this half cell, which means that this ground was at a higher potential than this ground. This was so successful that we were able to dig down and identify the exact positions of all of the pipeline in the manifold. We extended this process and is now called DCVG, and we first used this in an area of pipeline close to Rumekwe Rumekwe manifold in the Eastern Division of Shell BP Development Corporation, Nigeria. This was in 1975. So that was the original of DCVG.